Hey guys, I'm Andrea and welcome to episode 11 of Careers Are Weird. I said it last week and I'll keep saying it every week. I want to be talking to more of you. So the submission link is live and it's a really simple Google form. It's going to be in the show notes and on the link tree in the Careers Are Weird Instagram and LinkedIn bio section. Put anything you want there. I'm here for it. Questions, comments, stories, or just general feedback on how to make this podcast better. So make sure you go to the link. That being said, we actually got our first submission and it was under the category, Today's the Day I'll Kill a Colleague. If you want to know all the categories I've come up with, head to the link and whilst you're there, submit something. So, the submission. The person says, so I sit in my office by myself. I'm in the operations kind of get shit done building, and I usually have a revolving door of people since I have 2 other desks in the office. Someone from corporate office who thinks he's friends with us was here for a meeting, so he came and opened his laptop here, which is cool. That's what the spare desks are for. Then he so casually whipped out 3 boiled eggs to eat within my office space. I was like, bro, no, And he laughed and then continued to eat them. And now he's gone back to corporate and my office is contaminated. So yeah, today's the day I'll kill a colleague. Guys, when I read this, I realized that I am not mature enough to be giving out tips and advice for the workplace because I choose physical violence and that's apparently frowned on in most HR policies. More power to you, because I would find his car in the garage and leave a fish in there, just step up movie style. All right, guys, so today's episode is about the one time I went viral on LinkedIn. And viral is a loose term on this podcast. Basically, I got 20,000 impressions on my LinkedIn post and LinkedIn themselves reposted it a couple of months ago. And yeah, so I'm going to read the post to you. So the post goes, LinkedIn asks, what know-how has helped you grow your career most? So I said, continuously read more and write more. The ability to read, research, and understand what you're doing and then being able to write it down, underrated skill. Number 1, analyzing market trends and competitor data equals reading. Developing training materials for employees equals writing. Creating business proposals and presentations equals writing. Drafting legal contracts and agreements, that's reading and writing. Words are everything. Learn how to use them. Then I added a peace sign and LinkedIn loved it and reposted it. And when they reposted it, they said, turns out your kindergarten teacher was right. Reading and writing never go out of style. Thanks for sharing, Andrea Sewell. And yeah, I had a little freak out because I was like, this is so cool. I'm like being reposted by LinkedIn. Anyway, what's the purpose of this episode? It's a career level up hack. You may feel kind of lost in a meeting sometimes. You may see a project going on and you want to put your hand up to be involved, but also you feel like you're not at the level. Or hell, maybe you're overlooked for a promotion and it's like, there's so many scenarios and careers are so weird, so you never even know how you're feeling at your job sometimes. But continuous improvement and some growth is kind of the vibe. So what's the baby step? Reading more and writing more. And getting really stupidly good at both. So you guys know I'm a book girly. I read a lot, and if I'm not reading, I'm probably listening to an audiobook. And there's levels to this because no shame, I'm a romance reader. Give me an enemies to lovers novel any day. But I also read the self-improvement, productivity ones. And the ones you don't know that I read are industry insights, global economic updates, and general world business news. Here's why reading's a superpower, because knowledge is power and you can literally start doing it today. Regardless of the industry you're in, there is always news and information to be consumed. For example, I now work in the seafood industry, and there are resources like Seafood Source, Undercurrent News, The Fish Site, that provide daily updates about processors, fishes, different species in different parts of the world, M&As in the industry, changes to regulations, and so much more. Trust me, there's more fish news out there daily than I could read in a lifetime. So that brings me to our first actionable tip, which is find your industry-specific news sources. 100% guaranteed. There is sector-specific news out there for your industry too, whether it's construction, real estate, retail, fashion, tech, or any other field. Take some time to identify the leading news sources in your area of work, subscribe to their email newsletters, follow their social media accounts, and it's just like that simple step can be such a game changer. And before you think about all the spam, just like use your work email to do it, because I can hear the complaints already. Just use that so when you do move to another industry, you're not being swamped by news in the wrong sector. Okay, cool. You follow the news now and read it, and like what? This is the fun part, because like I'm a real nerd about knowing things. By reading all this news, you actually end up being able to add value to conversations in the office. So like when you stay informed, you can bring valuable insights to conversations. You're able to discuss recent trends, significant industry events, and just emerging opportunities. This doesn't only show your commitment and enthusiasm, but also positions you as a knowledgeable resource among your peers. You can be involved in high-level meetings. So I think the general audience for this podcast is still below age 35. That's what the data is showing, right? So there is still a lot of room to grow. And by being well-versed in your industry, you'll find yourself being included in more of the strategic meetings and discussions because your input will be sought after because you're aware of what's happening in the market and you can provide relevant context and suggestions. And you're also able to identify opportunities. Reading industry news helps you spot opportunities that others might miss, whether it's a new market trend, a regulatory change, an innovative practice, a new technology. You'll be in a position to propose new ideas and initiatives. This proactive approach can then set you apart and open up new career advancements. So you can get all of that just from reading more about your industry. That's light work and sets you up big time for promotions when they come around. Second actionable tip, get real good at writing. How many times have you received an email and just been like, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, oh my God, what? Like, what are they even trying to say here? Yeah, that's just poor writing, and 100% getting better at writing will change your work. Whether it's writing emails, creating reports, or drafting proposals, your ability to communicate clearly and effectively in writing can significantly impact your career. It's so simple, but oh my God, trust me, you don't value it till you're on the receiving end of something very, very poorly written. Okay, so I'm telling you to write, but you're not in legal. Well, listen, writing's in every aspect of the business. I mean, being able to create business proposals and presentations can literally make or break deals. It's about presenting your ideas clearly and persuasively. So whether you're pitching to a client or presenting a new strategy to your team, strong writing skills will help you communicate your vision effectively. It'll get you seen and listened to. And then clear, concise, and engaging writing ensures that things gets done properly and employees understand their roles better. Because this doesn't only enhance their skills, but also contributes to the overall growth of the company. And I'm guaranteed here that everyone listening has received a really bad brief or proposal before. Literally, nothing good comes from being a poor writer. But when you're a good writer, there's so much upside. Well-written documents and emails can up your reputation and open up new opportunities, and you don't even know it yet. It's a short episode today, but it's one that I think we can all implement immediately. And then, guys, we're so young. It's that thing that can set you apart from your peers. Because yes, I've seen the corporate comedy reels about Gen Z being unable to communicate, blah, blah, blah. So 2 really easy skills you've been learning your whole life that you can pick up and start practicing again today could be the big differentiator between you and your peers when promotions come around. And if reading fish news sounds horrible to you, I promise it's not that bad. Start with some sort of novel. Doesn't matter if it's romance, sci-fi, fantasy, thriller, or whatever you like. Just start reading. No, I don't always read nerdy, geeky world news. Like I said at the start, give me some enemies to lovers romance any day. Reading, no matter what you're reading, is improving your vocabulary. It's showing you new ways to write through like different sentence structures. And it's just that thing that awakens your imagination so that it can actually make you more creative, and that can translate into just more innovative ideas at work. So basically, just go pick up a book at the end of this episode. But before you do that, make sure you go to submission link. So yeah, that's it for this week, guys. Please follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, subscribe on YouTube, give us a 5-star rating wherever you listen. And until next Wednesday, stay weird and stay ambitious, my friends.